years ago, this happened. I had one beer, right? I had one beer. Well, do you think it was? Nope, it was one beer. Oh, good. How did you get home? I don't remember. How'd you get there? I don't remember. Where is the place? I don't remember. How many years ago was it? I don't know. I don't know.
That comment's gotten a lot of reaction. Some people think he was mocking her. Others suggest that he was pointing inconsistencies in their story. Whatever it is, Susan Collins, a critical vote in this, just a moment ago talked to our Fox crew on Capitol Hill and said the following about those comments. Just roll this quickly.
The president's comments were just plain wrong.
It was that simple and that short, your reaction on that, Kellyanne? Were they wrong? Were they unnecessary? What is the position on that?
Bill, since the accuser was revealed in the Washington Post story some 17 days ago, everybody, including this White House, this president, the Senate Judiciary Committee, obviously the mainstream media, has been incredibly accommodating to her wish to testify, to giving her the space and the deference that she needed to do so. She provided her testimony. She still has no corroboration for her testimony. There are still no evidence, no witnesses that have confirmed, as far as we know. Now, an expanded FBI investigation. We at the White House are not micromanaging this process. We have allowed, we have said, sure, if the Senate Judiciary Committee wants to have the FBI investigate a little bit farther, then they're doing that. We are not managing the scope, the witnesses, anything like that. At the same time, the president is pointing out factual inconsistencies. By Ford's own testimony, there are gaps in her memory. There are facts that she cannot remember, how she got home, how she got there, where the house was, what the date was. If those who are pretending that they want to find the truth don't fess up and say, but we can't find the truth when she doesn't know all the facts. That is part of the testimony that she put in under sworn statements. And look, delay has not been a friend to her either. You have people from her life coming forward now wanting to say things. You have the revelation by Senator Hatch that perhaps Dr. Ford's own attorneys may have violated a standard under the ABA in not providing her the option that the Senate Judiciary Committee Republicans offered her, which is to testify privately in California. They would have gone to her. She didn't have to come to them. But then there wouldn't have been cameras. Then their attorneys wouldn't have had their moment in the spotlight. So there are many different, I think, satellites floating around the core issue here, which is, should Brett Kavanaugh be confirmed to the United States Supreme Court as the nominee? So far this week, we're talking about beer and ice.
Well, that, of course, is the big question. Will he be confirmed? But before that, we need to know when this FBI investigation will wrap. Has the White House, the president, received any updates that you can share with us on the investigation?
Well, you see what Leader McConnell has said publicly, and I think that's incredibly authoritative here, which is that he's scheduling a vote this week, could file cloture very soon, and that the FBI investigation that was requested by members of the Senate Judiciary Committee, including Republican Senator from Arizona Jeff Flake, said that he wanted it to not be longer than a week. And if the FBI feels like that has been ample time for them to execute on the limited scope of the continued investigation here. Remember, this is not a criminal proceeding. It's not a civil proceeding. It is pursuant to the Senate confirmation hearing of Judge Kavanaugh to the United States Supreme Court. We now have a Supreme Court without its ninth justice, and you see a lot of the polls where Americans want this to come to its completion. Speaking of polling, I want to make something very clear I haven't heard others mention, which is that for all the screaming and dreaming that this is helping the hard left, which is the modern Democratic Party, and energizing its base, and this is an extended part of the Me Too movement, et cetera. Of course, only if the victims of the Me Too movement are Democrats. But that aside, if you look at the president's tweet from last Thursday after Judge Kavanaugh testified, he got over 300,000 likes within 24 hours. That's a lot of likes for a presidential tweet. And your own primetime lineup on that same night, Thursday, following the historic testimony, you had 5.8, 5.3 million viewers on your primetime lineup shows. So it tells me, that the president focusing on the Supreme Court, and that folks who care about the Supreme Court are very focused on what happens here, and many are disgusted with the process, as you know.
You're listening to Kellyanne, and you dropped a bit of a headline the other day on Sunday when you were being interviewed, saying that you were a victim of sexual assault yourself. And as you listen.